This is the iPhone SE 4.
Yeah. All in on a nigga checkmate. 우리만의 rhythm, let it ride, yeah, yeah.
Or at least that's what we thought it was going to be called. Apple's got a new name for it. iPhone 16e. Usually with the SE iPhones, Apple pulls together a bunch of old parts and old designs so that it can give you a really high quality iPhone at a really good price. But this year, they're doing something different, and that's why they gave it the new name iPhone 16e. Let's go ahead and go over what we expect from this new phone. It's going to be based on the iPhone 14 line, which means it's going to have an aluminum frame as well as a 6.1-inch OLED screen. We expect it to have a notch and Face ID, no more Touch ID in this SE line. And we're expecting a single camera without any camera bump. The single camera should be the same fusion camera with 48 megapixel sensor as we see in the iPhone 16. It'll also have a 12 megapixel selfie camera, just like the iPhone 16. Connectivity-wise, we're sure it's gonna have an USB-C, as Apple has been removing Lightning from almost all its products, and we expect it to have an action button, just like the rest of the iPhone 16 lineup. All right, now here's where things get interesting and why Apple is giving it a new name this year. All right, first off, we fully expect Apple to put the newest A18 chip and 8 gigabytes of RAM with this phone. That's because Apple is pushing Apple Intelligence across all its devices now. There's no way they want tens of millions of users to be buying this device now to be cut out from Apple Intelligence for the next few years. Even though Apple Intelligence hasn't been that impressive so far, it's very clear that Apple's sure that this is a foundational technology for interaction with Apple devices going forward, just like multi-touch was a big innovation that kicked off the iPhone generation. This means Apple wants all their customers to be using Apple Intelligence capable devices as soon as possible. This is going to be a major strategic advantage for Apple to be able to roll out Apple Intelligence to a massive consumer base very, very quickly, something that they'll be able to do better than any Android manufacturer. Expect a lot of new Siri features and Siri agents this year at WWDC in June. Secondly, Apple is rumored to be releasing their new Apple 5G modem to replace Qualcomm modems in this device. It's rumored that this modem is going to be a little bit less capable than the newest Qualcomm devices in terms of connectivity, but Apple never put the newest Qualcomm modems in their SE lineup anyways. But one thing no one's talking about is that Apple doesn't take over a technology unless there's a use case or something that they want to do with it that they felt they weren't getting from the other manufacturers, that they needed to do it themselves. What is that going to be? We really don't know, we can only guess. Personally, I'm expecting Apple modem to be manufactured on TSMC's 3nm nodes. The Qualcomm X71 modem, which is what's being used in the iPhone 16 lineup right now, is only manufactured on the 4nm nodes. So what this means is that the Apple modem should have power efficiency gains over the Qualcomm's just from being on the better node. It's also expected that Apple will be able to improve connectivity in terms of knowing which bands to use and how much power to put at the modem depending on your data usage due to the deeper integration with iOS and the A-series chips. Lastly, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple integrated the modem with the Apple Neural Engine and is able to use machine learning to improve the power optimization of the Apple modem usage. All right, finally, let's also talk about why Apple is putting so much effort into this new low-end phone. It's all about India and Southeast Asia. If we look at Apple's market share in India and Southeast Asia right now, you can see it's pretty darn small. They've got a lot of growth ahead of them in the next 10 years. But if we look at the market share by phone categories, we can see at the higher end premium categories where Apple dominates that that's actually not where the sales are in India and Southeast Asia. So Apple is realizing in order to grow in those markets, they need to have a much better offering at the mid-level. The mid-level is currently dominated by a lot of Chinese brands that actually offer very, very good phones with a lot of the newest technologies. So that's what iPhone 16e represents. It represents Apple renewing their efforts at the mid-level price category. All right, so that's pretty much it. The iPhone SE 3 had a starting price of $429. I'm fully expecting the iPhone 16e to come in at $499. If Apple delivers on all this great new technology at that price, it's going to be a fantastic phone. What do you think? Is this sounding like a pretty good phone? Is this something that you might buy for yourself or for your family members? Leave a comment below and let me know. Check out this video where I talk about the game-changing advancements rumored to be coming to the M5 Pro and M5 Max chips.